Oh, welcome to the midweek wrap on Yarra Ranges Life TV, the only hyper-local news, weather and events program for the Yarra Valley and the Dandenong Ranges, where every week we share with you what Yarra Ranges Life TV's been up to, what we've got coming up, and of course some of the latest local news headlines.
Yes, and what a massive week we've had.
It's been huge.
It has.
Yes. Last Wednesday we went to the return of the Rotary Club of Wandin's, of course, the car show. Yes, the Wandin Car and Bike Show was back at Wandin East Recreation Reserve. That's on the third Sunday of every month up until March, so get involved with that. About 500 cars were there, it was huge.
Massive, yeah.
And then on Thursday evening, in the lead up to the Yarra Valley Oktoberfest, we joined event organiser Mel Jansen as they were bumping in preparation for the event setting up, and we did a bit of promo for those guys. That was pretty special.
Yeah, and on Friday night we went to the Holy Fools 10th anniversary dinner, supporting our friends there at Holy Fools. Shout out to Neil Taylor, the CEO. What an awesome night it was.
Yeah, it was pretty special to help celebrate 10 years of course, frontline work. They're helping the homeless and those in need. And then on Saturday morning, Loz and I, we went to the Yarra Valley Plant Fair and Garden Expo. We did a bit of a walkthrough with event organiser Clive Larkman and shared with you some of the sights and some of the stalls and the variety of things to be seen down there. And we even bumped into Jane Edmondson and had a bit of a chat to her before we did the broadcast.
Yeah, you did. And then we went to Oktoberfest, the Yarra Valley Oktoberfest, for its third year and most successful.
It was huge.
It was a massive day. Pat and I were lucky enough to MC some of the competitions there. Lots of familiar faces around, lots of food and drink. What an awesome day it was.
That's right. We did 4 live broadcasts from there. And as you heard Karina mention, yes, we covered the pretzel eating competition. We streamed that live for you guys. We also did the stein holding competition, where, of course, the lactic acid was burning in the arms after 10 minutes of holding a stein out. And, of course, Yarra Valley Oktoberfest Best Dressed competition. So be sure to scroll back through our playlist and check out the fun of those. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then on Sunday, we headed to the township of Mount Evelyn, where it was all about the Mount Evelyn street party.
Oh, what an awesome day that was.
That was great. We did 3 live broadcasts from there. We even streamed the Mr. and Mrs. Mount Evelyn pin-up competition as well. And the title, of course, was handed over to a brand new Mr. Pin-up. Mike, good job by Mike there, so congratulations to him.
Yeah, congrats, Mike. Little couple of tears from Pat, but that's okay. No, it was an awesome day. Thanks for everyone that came down and said hi to us as well.
Absolutely.
We appreciate your support.
Yeah, we had our little stall set up, so thanks for coming down and saying good day. But that's a taste of what we've been up to. Stick around to find out what we've got coming up. But now, of course, it's time for you to do your thing, Karina, and share with us, of course, the latest local news headlines.
Off I go. Local Belgrave resident Anne Maynard is again asking for the council to change the operating hours for the Belgrave outdoor pool after 4 years lobbying for an extension. Miss Maynard has again approached the council with her complaint, this time saying that the pool, which is currently on a schedule to close to the public between November and March, should stay open at least until the end of daylight savings. The council's Director of Environment and Engineering, Mark Vermalis, responded to her request during a council meeting last month by saying that to keep the pool open for an extra month would cost the council around $27,000, and that's just simply not a viable expense. If you would like to have your say, Miss Maynard's petition to keep the pool open is available to sign at the Belgrave Outdoor Pool. Healesville resident Beck Collins will again be hosting the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation's One Walk to raise funds to help find a cure for type 1 diabetes. Miss Collins' son Jack was diagnosed with the condition when he was only 4 years old and was the inspiration for the first event of its kind in Healesville last year, which saw 20 walkers take part and over $11,000 raised for the foundation. Miss Collins is hoping that this year will be even bigger and invites everyone to come along and take part in the walk. To find out how you can help, visit the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation website. Amanda Lamont from Montrose has experienced some of Australia's most devastating events over the past decade through her work volunteering with the Red Cross, and now she hopes to inspire others to get involved too. From the Townsville floods earlier this year, the 2014 Morwell fires, the awful events of the Burke Street rampage, as well as the volunteering for the CFA, Amanda has seen a lot of trauma and heartache over the last 10 years, but says that the rewards of being able to help people in some of their most difficult moments is extremely fulfilling and rewarding. If you've ever considered volunteering for either the Red Cross or the CFA, now is the perfect time to get involved. Gembrook MP Brad Batten has again raised concerns over access restrictions to Bob's Park in Menzies Creek after trees were purposely cut down to stop vandals gaining entry and destroying park assets and property. Whilst using the trees to block public access to the park has prevented any further antisocial behaviour on the premises, it has also blocked CFA access, and in the event of a fire, Mr Batten believes that the entire Dandenong Ranges would be at risk. Parks Victoria, Cardinia Shire and Menzies Creek CFA met in September to discuss the issue, but no changes to access restrictions were made. Former Warburton and Mount Evelyn netballer Serena Gibbs will now be playing at football's highest level after switching to the sport this year and being selected to play for Carlton last Tuesday, the 22nd of October. 19-year-old Serena never anticipated being drafted with only one season under her belt, but says she looks forward to developing her skills as a footballer and seeing where playing for the AFLW can take her. Best of luck, Serena. And Tony Stevenson has bid farewell as Mayor of the Yarra Ranges during a council meeting on the 22nd of October. During his final speech as Mayor, Councillor Stevenson said he was grateful to his fellow councillors for their vote of confidence and reflected on the council's success over the past year, most notably being granted federal funding to seal over 180 kilometres of road. With 547 local councils in Australia fighting for funding, only 2 were successful in securing the critical road infrastructure funding, and the Yarra Ranges Council were one of them. Congratulations on a successful term, Councillor Stevenson.
Oh, some great fun behind the scenes shots there from the Oktoberfest. Thanks for capturing those, Danny. And just in regards to Holy Fool's 10th anniversary, we'll be sharing with you a very special promo that we put together, the Holy Fools, sharing their story over the last 10 years.
Yeah, good work on that one, guys. Yeah. Really good work. And what have we got coming up?
Well, it's busy as always. It's a long weekend coming up and Halloween. On Thursday, we're off to the Wairina Community House in Croydon and sharing with you some of the Halloween fun there.
Oh, that's going to be heaps of fun.
It's going to be ghoulish.
Are you going to dress up, Pat?
No. And then on Saturday, we're off to Healesville Sanctuary. Hopfest is back.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, we're going to go have a chat to the team at Healesville Sanctuary, share some of the Hopfest fun, see what's different this year compared to last year. And then on Cup Day,
yes,
we're going harness racing.
Can't wait for that.
We'll be joining the crew at Yarra Valley Racing, of course at Yarra Glen Racecourse for a fun day of fantastic broadcasts. We normally do about 3 or 4 broadcasts, and it's a mega family fun day this year. Lots of kids' activities and family rides and that kind of thing as well. And be sure to tune in. I think it's around about 11:15 or so. We always stream Race 2 live from the call booth, of course behind the scenes at Yarra Valley Racing.
Absolutely,
so
it's going to be an awesome day.
Yeah, lots of fun. So be sure to stick around. Of course, we have to do our thank yous as always. Danny Field, the man behind the camera, and of course the editing desk. Love your work, mate.
My gosh, you did such a good job. Both days, Saturday and Sunday, with all the people around, especially at Oktoberfest. Well done, Danny.
Massive, yeah.
And shout out to Lauren Lecombre. Did an awesome job this weekend with all those broadcasts that we crammed in.
Absolutely. And of
thanks to you, Pat.
Yeah, and thanks to you, Karina, for all the wonderful work that you do.
Thank you.
As always, thank you to our viewers out there. Thank you for tuning in, and for watching, for sharing and for liking. And a bit of a grumble at Facebook who dropped out our stats, our viewership stats.
I know.
But they're ticking along again now, but we did lose 2 days of stats, which is killing me. But having said that, we live and learn, and we keep living, loving and sharing life in the Valley and the Ranges, only on
Yarra Ranges Life TV.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you soon, guys.